Hey there everybody, this arrived today. Let's get it open and see what we got in there. Alright, there it is, Condor Tool and Knife. This is, if you haven't noticed from the thumbnail, it is the Varan. This is an old discontinued knife. Very hard to come by nowadays, but a lot of people probably have one already. This is the big brother to the Rodan. But let's get it open and see what it looks like. All right, look at that. That's funny. Okay, there it is. There's the sheath. If I can get it to focus. It says Condor. And my eyes are too bad to read the rest. Oh well. It's got the swivel belt loop. This one seems pretty loose compared to normal, but it is really thick leather. Really good quality leather from Condor. They always do a good job. But let's see here. There is the blade. It looks like some of those little silicone beads there. Silica beads spilled out. The little Condor paper there. Alright, let's set this off to the side. Trying to do stuff with my left hand. Okay, here is the blade. Now obviously this was in pre-owned condition, but get the camera to focus. There it is. Look at that. Looks just like the Rodan, just larger. It says Condor on the handle there. If this camera could possibly focus. Well, it says Condor stamped into that polymer there. It's got a brass eyelet that goes clear through the tang. This is an over-molded polymer handle, kind of a bird's head pommel on it. The tang goes just past the eyelet. It's like a wide stick tang, like a wide push tang in there. But it also says Condor on the blade right here. It's got some oil on it, but that's showing up a little better. And then this side says El Salvador, because that's where they are made, is in El Salvador. But even though it kind of looks like a Scandi grind, these are actually convex grinds they put on them. 1075 high carbon steel. Okay, there it is with some of that oil wiped off the blade. There is a black paint, like powder coat, put on the blade to protect it from rust. And it's got a drop point design, long straight spine on it. I don't know if that would strike a ferro rod. You'd probably have to take a file to it. It's like it's smoothed out from that paint on it. But look at that convex edge on it. It's a decent edge. I like these convex edges that Condor does on some of their knives. Yeah, just very simple. It's just one solid piece of 1075 high carbon steel. And has an overmolded polymer handle. Big fat like broomstick handle, gives you a lot of grip. I like them. It's got just enough of an oval kind of shape, just enough that it won't turn in your hand too hard. A little tiny bit of a finger guard there, but not much. They do have a little bit of a choil, like a little squared choil there, where you can start and stop when you're sharpening the blade. You can see that there, maybe, if the camera would ever focus. But see that? So you could actually choke way up here without cutting yourself to do some finer carving. Nice big long straight blade with a belly over here. But let's get some measurements. I'm running out of light today. Okay, make sure that's lined up there. You're looking at about 7 inches on the cutting edge, with the overall blade being just over 8 inches. And the overall knife is about 13 1/4, maybe just a little bit past 13 1/4. So great big old knife there. You got about a 4.5 inch area where you would grip it. You could grip over this too, so you could say 5 inches. And you're looking at 1 5/8 for the width of the blade. And just over 1/8 of an inch, about 3/16 for the width of the steel stock. Okay, this is how it goes in to the sheath there. You have to open it up a little bit to get the polymer handle to go down inside. And I need both hands for that, so give me a second. Okay, there it is. I don't even think you really have to wet form this, although you could. But, I mean, it will fall out, especially if you squeeze the sheath, but it's in there. This is not me holding it in or anything. It sets just a little bit above the belt loop, so it shouldn't be too shabby. Should be fairly comfortable. Plus, this is nice and round. But if you shook this hard enough, you could get it to come out. But yeah, really nice looking sheath, nice blade. Okay, I have a sheet of printer paper here. And this is the knife how I received it. Like, it is used, so don't expect miracles, but maybe you can expect miracles. It actually has a very, very good edge on it. Oh yeah. Can't complain. It does have a couple little burrs, I felt that. Somewhere in the middle there. Yeah, but it doesn't seem to affect it too bad. That's not a bad edge at all. Little stropping would help. But yeah, not too bad at all. Okay, the knife in the sheath is 1 pound, 1.6 ounce. And the knife by itself is 13.5 ounces. Okay, I recently picked this up. I actually have another one. And this is the Condor Rodan. And I didn't do an unboxing because I've already have an unboxing of a Condor Rodan. But this technically is me unboxing it. This doesn't have the swivel belt loop, it just has the regular belt loop there. You can see the difference in the size of the sheaths there. But yeah, let's get this open real quick and we'll compare the two. Okay, this is it beside the K-bar large heavy buoy. Pretty weird name, but that's what it is. Now this has like a narrower stick tang or push tang in there that gets, I believe it goes past the eyelet there. So it's still a great knife. It's got the bird's head pommel. It's got like a grenade grip. Nice and thick. A little bit thicker in the steel stock. Just a little bit. I think this hits a quarter at the wide point. This one's just barely 3/16. But they both have big, grippy handles. This is more of a plastic polymer, and this is more of rubber. Kind of like automobile tires. But yeah, both great big blades there for a size comparison. All right, here it is beside another big old beater knife, the J. Adams Sheffield British MOD survival knife, Ministry of Defense. And this is a big old honking fat 1/4 of an inch. But you can see this is no slouch, it's a big old blade. And here it is beside the cold steel drop forged survivalist, which almost everyone has. This is in 52-100 bearing steel. And this is 1075 high carbon steel. Thickness, this is a full 1/4. Like I said, this one's a little under a 1/4. But just for size comparisons, because a lot of people have this, so they probably can compare that, you know. All right, set that aside. It's got some of the Condor little booklet in there and everything. But there it is. Let's try to set these the way they should be. There's the Rodan. I got a couple of those. Really like these. These are like, I compare them to the BK2 from K-Bar. It's like the budget BK2. But I've been wanting one of these Varans for quite a while. And basically it is the exact same knife. It's just that this is extended substantially longer. This has about a 5-inch blade. This has about an 8-inch blade. So, yeah. This one obviously could baton like larger pieces of wood and things like that, whereas this one would be just a little bit smaller. But it's still a big knife. Like, don't let it fool you. This is actually a pretty good sized blade. And I recently picked up a Kumanga, which is even larger than this. It looks exactly like this, but it has the 10-inch blade. It comes out to about there. And sorry to say I have it packed away at the moment. But yeah, I'd like to get it out and compare all three of them. Okay, here they all are. This is the Condor Kumanga, the biggest of the three. This one here is the Condor Varan. This is the mid-sized one. And then this is the Condor Rodan, the smallest of the trio. But I definitely wanted to get a video of them all together so you could get an idea of the size differences. I finally have a complete set. Can you believe it? There it is. Pretty cool. I did actually have to touch this one up because it had a little bit of damage on the tip, so I kind of rounded that down a little more, so this isn't quite the full size, but I mean, it's pretty much it. The old edge used to look exactly like this. You can see this one's a little more curved down, but other than that, well, there you have it. This is the Condor Varan. I guess you'd call it a survival knife. It's pretty much what it was marketed as. It's got a nice straight spine, drop point, convex edge, over molded polymer handle, pretty much full tang, lanyard hole there, 1075 high carbon steel, thick quality leather sheath. And I think I covered about everything. The knife by itself weighs about 13.5 ounces. The whole package altogether with the sheath is just over a pound. Really great knife. I wish Condor would bring these back, the Kamunga, the Varan, and the Rodans, because they were really good budget knives. Pretty underrated, if you ask me. But I hope you enjoyed this unboxing and this review of this blade.
This is Joe Doomsday, signing out.